All right, everybody, back on the Superbird. Now, we've been waiting a while on this one, trying to get it finished up because, as you probably all know, we can't get parts. Like, parts, man, they won't show up. So everything's back ordered. We've been waiting on valve covers for a while. Drip rails were back ordered. We've got the original drip rails off of this one here, and they were pretty beat up when we pulled them off. They're pretty gnarly. Luckily for us, I've got a couple of satellites out back. This being a B body within the Mopars. You know, if you got a B body, a lot of the parts are the same. Same goes for the E body and all that kind of stuff. So Bob's working on getting those polished up because they were pretty nice and straight. We're getting them on. So I think we're going to do now, just to start making a little bit of headway, we've got to finish up this vinyl top that we installed on CarFix. We've got a couple of pieces that go on down here at the bottom. There's a trim that runs across. So we're going to locate these holes, make some marks, drill some holes, hopefully get the trim in place and make this top at least look like it's complete. So basically what we have is a piece of trim that goes here, a panel that goes right there. We've got holes along through here we've got to locate. So we're going to locate these holes. We're going to drill them out. Hopefully we drill them in the right spot. And then we're going to get this trim on. Hopefully it'll look complete. All right, so under here, you see we've already located where this trim piece is going to go. So I got 3 holes right there for 3 clips. Now those aren't big enough, and then obviously we've got too much material on our vinyl top, so we're going to go through here. Punch hole. So that is an original piece that we've reshot. It's going to go roughly like that. And let's see, put this one up here just to double check and make myself feel better about it. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. These are the nice little spring clips, originals, that go in this trim piece. Can't believe how good a shape they're still in. So they require a 1/4 inch hole, which is the first step on our bit right there. So we're just going to open them up slowly. Debbie, you gonna work on a car, or you just gonna run around all day?
I think kind of boring.
Did you hear that? What did you just say?
Kind of boring.
That's it. That's it. I don't even know what to say. You've never said anything like that before.
Kind of boring to work on.
Are you saying that just because people are watching you? I'm hurt. I'm hurt. He's never said anything like that before.
Classic.
He loves cars. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Huggins, the man himself, the body man legend. Here's what we want to try to do here. Now that we know where we want to trim it, we want to come up through here. It's just a hard break. But you see how we got the black line running through there, so we want to try to keep the vinyl top down here running with that line. So we're going to cut right above the bottom side. So could cut it with the trim on the car, but I actually like to pull it back off and cut it so I can get up just a little bit so you can't see that. I ran over there and grabbed the wrong tool. All right, more holes. So right there, I'm actually gonna trim that, make it a little more appealing to drop off there, but we'll leave that for now. And as that line I was talking about running along the bottom, which looks really nice and clean. Trim it. Normally we would do all this before paint. You know, we would get our holes drilled, we'd get everything mounted and done, but stuff like this, these were original parts that we actually didn't have at the time, so we could not do that. What we had was what came with the car, were these fiberglass ones. So if you'll remember back from a long time ago when we showed you this car, they had sectioned the roof. Somebody was making one of these fiberglass kits for these Superbirds back in the day, and this one had a fiberglass nose, fiberglass pieces. So we couldn't pre-drill anything because it took us a while to find those. So just why we're doing it now. Oh crap, I forgot I'm painting too. Shit. Well, all right, we got the trim on just in a couple of minutes. Made a huge transformation right there. Vinyl top looks really good, came out really smooth because I did it. No, I can't do it. I can't. Just playing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start trying to get the headliner in place. So in the back, I got most of it in, but we didn't finish up the cell panels because in the back of a Superbird, this actually holds the bottom of that cell panel down so you get it good and tight and get all the wrinkles out of it. So we've been waiting on these for a while. We finally got them. We're gonna hop on to doing that. We're gonna start putting the clips into the pinch weld that hold the trim on for the glass, see if we can get the glass in it. So get going on that stuff. All right, past day or so, made some decent progress. We've got the seats covered. We've got the drip rails, all that stuff's on. The rubbers are in. What else did we do? We've got the clips around the windows and all that. We're waiting on a few things to be able to get the glass in, then we should be able to get all that in. So right now what I'm doing is I got the headliner all buttoned up. We're gonna get the sun visors in there. So show you how to save your parts. So on this car being a Superbird, you know, it's a B-body car and you can take other B-body parts. We talked about that a little bit to get stuff, but the owner has kind of requested that we try to salvage whatever we can from this car. So instead of getting aftermarket parts or whatever. So these we feel like are original to the car. And if you look at these, you can see these little rubber ends on here. These are actually still pretty good. They're not too brittle. This one I've already cleaned up, but that's what it looked like when we pulled it out of there. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to bring that back to life a little bit, that way you don't have to buy a new one. And then we'll just clean up these arms, stick them back in our new sun visors, throw a little paint on them. They should be good to go. So what I've got here is just a little bit of lacquer thinner. And it's actually kind of funny how this stuff works because it'll brighten up rubber a lot. I guess it's like not as potent as it used to be. Used to you get this stuff on your hands or your fingers and you're like, ah! Not like that anymore. It's just not as potent as it was, but it seems to be really good for cleaning all this stuff up. That will, you know, over time pull the moisture out of it, so I'll put you a little like something on it to moisturize it back up a bit, but check that out. Just that quick. What we're gonna do with these are just silver, so they're pretty good shape. They're not pitted too bad, so we're not gonna go overly crazy with anything. We're just gonna hit them really good with a red scuff pad, get them degreased, and we'll take them out to the paint booth and throw a couple of coats on them, and hopefully we can get the sun visors in there. Well, all right, let's let that dry. We'll go do something else. But you know what? It's not gonna take long to dry because it's 100 freaking degrees in here.